So the number one place to start selling your microgreens is your friends and family. Obviously, when you start growing, you want to give them out free samples, get them in hooked. Hopefully, they're there to support you and they buy from you. Friends and families, neighbors, even. Make sure you check with them. Coworkers, they make your great first customers. So you want to start there, and then it gives you the proof. We're growing healthy, delicious food. Why would you not want to share them with the people that you like the most? Hopefully you like your coworkers, but definitely your friends and families. We offer microgreens. The friends and family is a great way to share some of your new passion with them and make money at the same time. They also offer great ways to test different flavors, different combinations, and get honest feedback. Hopefully they're giving you some honest feedback. So it's a great way to figure out what sells, what people like, and where you're going to go with it. So that's a great way to start. So definitely recommend starting with friends and family and coworkers. Second one we find is great is a farmer's market. It takes some time to build a solid customer base at the farmer's market. The farmer's markets are a great way to get your microgreens in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people and potential customers. It all depends on the rules in your area, but you may be able to sample, which is definitely increases the chance that they'll buy. If you can get samples in their mouths, basically if you can get food in their mouth, they can taste how great these microgreens are, these people are going to buy. I think every time we've sampled, we've definitely increased our sales. Now that we're through the things that we had to deal with the last 2 years, it's a lot easier to get samples and do that at the farmers markets. Rules are back to normal. So you definitely can get the samples in place and get it in people and let them taste it. That definitely will increase your sales. Another great thing about farmers market is there's no orders. You bring what you have. So if a crop died on you, it didn't go well, you don't have it. No big deal. They weren't counting on it. They didn't know what you were bringing. And you just tell them you'll have it again next week if they were looking for that. And make sure they come back next week. Or if you're doing a home subscription, we'll talk about here in a little bit, you can say, hey, if you want to guarantee you have that, just go ahead and join our home subscription program, and you'll make sure that you have that at your door every week. So when you're new to grower, you may have crops that fail, obviously. So that's just bring what you can. It's not a big deal in that situation. So just bring what you have. So it's a great way to grow what you can, grow what you have. Something fails, not a big deal. Just bring what you have. 3, one way that we help grow our business during the slower season, during the off season for farmers markets, was online farmers market, which was all year round. So we found a great way to sell the excess microgreens as well. So like if you're having to grow a tray of peas, but you're only selling half that tray, you can offer that to the online farmers market and sell it there. Hopefully you sell it off. If you don't, you were going to have to sample it or give it away anyway. So it's a great source of extra income there that you didn't think you had. Why these aren't in all areas, you can join one. It's usually beneficial if you can join one. Orders are placed online. You're told when to bring it in and drop it off at a hub, and then they deliver it out. So definitely right now would be a lot more beneficial with gas prices are at. You just got to go to one place instead of 20 places or 10 or 5 or whatever it is. You drop it off at one place. So definitely be beneficial, definitely if it's closer to you as well. The market delivers it out. The farmers produce the items, and the customers takes percentage of your sales. They can range anywhere from 20 to 30% of your sales that they're going to take. So factor that in there, but it's just like doing a wholesale. So it's not that big of a deal to do that. This is where we use Wagon. Online farm markets for us. You can see they aren't in all areas, but they are in similar companies in other areas as well. Know another company that's like St. Louis and down. So definitely other companies are the same with online farmers market out there. So you definitely can check out them. So don't worry about that. Just find one in your area. Just look them up. You'll be able to find them. And good to go. The fourth way, once you're good, so it's home deliveries. These are a great source. Once you've established a consistent growing schedule and growing, and you're pretty good at growing and getting quality products, is another great way to build your customer base through home deliveries. We advertise our delivery options while we're at the farmers market, so it's another great way to get. These are established customers, obviously. They've already bought from you, hopefully, and they can just get home delivery. It's a great way to market your home delivery without any cost. Ask your friends and families, existing customers, obviously, and refer their friends. Ask them to refer their friends. Hey, if you're liking the product, make sure you tell your friends. Maybe give them something off, give them a week free, something, whatever you want to do to entice them. The 1 week free will, if they get you one person and last the whole year at $20, that's $1,000 they gave you. So it's well worth giving them a referral. And run targeted ads through social media to get new customers. Mainly Facebook is where you're going to be. Instagram's more for restaurants. But yeah, definitely get your marketing out there. Once you're established is when you want to go to this. We'll go over how to run ads in our coaching program, which is the sponsor of this video. So make sure you check that out if you want to check that out. We'll post a link in the chat for you. And yeah, just check that program out. We can teach everybody how to run Facebook ads, how to market their business. That's a big part of it as well. So make sure you check that out. Fifth one, restaurants. This is one that I would recommend as number 5 for sure. It's going to be the most fickle. Chefs are fickle sometimes, and you're usually going to want fancier crops, which you're not going to grow in the beginning. You're going to grow more towards when you're more established. So I know everybody wants to run out and go to restaurants first, but I think they're number 5 on the list. You got your grow down pretty much consistently enough to start fulfilling consistent orders. Start contacting the restaurants. Don't be afraid to talk to the chef. The chefs are where you want to talk to. You want to talk to them chefs. Them are the ones that are going to really provide you. If you get to the owner or the manager, sometimes they'll block you more. So if you can get to the chef, that's the best way to go, is get to the chef. They're always looking for new and inventive ways to add items to the menu. Make sure you bring samples every time you go. You should always bring samples and order information every time you talk to the chef. So every time you bring something, you're going to bring samples. You're going to bring information sheet every time, because they will lose it in a restaurant. They'll set it down, somebody screwed it off the trash, it end up on the floor, whatever. Always bring more information every time you go with samples. And we go into detail how to do this in our program as well. There are many ways to get customers for a microgreen business. Literally anybody that eats is a customer potential. Now, not all people are going to eat microgreens, but they're all potential customers. So make sure, everybody can be a customer. But these were the top 5 ways we found starting a business for us to get you started. And of course, as you advance, you will want customer acquisition strategy. Remember, sorry about that. Remember, building a business takes time and patience and persistence. So it's a constant battle of going in and talking to people. You may have to talk to people 10, 20 times, 5 times, 2 times, maybe 1. But you want to be persistent without being pushy. So you want to go in on a consistent basis. They know you're going to be there, especially restaurants. They're going to want to know you're going to be there. So keep going back in there. And their microgreen supplier or produce supplier may be making them mad that week, and you might be there. This is the perfect time to grab their business. So keep going in. Your goal is when you get a customer, is not to just build a sale, but build a relationship with them. Each of your customers is able to repeatedly, consistently with them. So you want to have a great relationship with them. Be personable, know their name, know who they are. When you go in, say, "Hey, Tony, how you doing today?" If you know something about them, hey, how is your kid doing? How was that ball game? Whatever. Find information out about them. Be personable. You're going to be better than just a big produce person that's delivering to them, drop it off, and run out the door. So you want to make sure you feel local and you're there. So make sure that you're consistent, repeat, and build relationships with them. Get to know them. But we'll go over that part a bit more next week when we go over how to keep customers. So we'll go over next week, the same time here, 8 o'clock, how to keep your customers, which will be a little bit more detailed on that, and how to keep your customers after that. So this is how to get your customers. We'll talk next week about how to keep your customers.